my remote at? I can't find it. I've been like fiddling around on the floor for like a solid 10 seconds looking for this damn thing, and I can't find it. It's dark in here. I don't want to get up and turn the light on because that means I have to get out of my chair, and I'm too lazy for that. And so I'm literally just like scanning my hand nervously. Oh, there it is. I found it. I was like scanning my hand nervously across the floor looking for it. The only thing that really tips me off where this thing is the little green LED light in the middle where the X button is. It's one of those Windows Xbox 360 controllers. And, God, that was weird. Now I look like an idiot. So, what's going on, everybody? Your host, Lovely Cheese Pizza here. Welcome back to another edition of Sports Sunday, where we talk about sports life and everything in between. And before we get started tonight, let's take a little quick moment of silence to remember Jose Fernandez and Arnold Palmer, because they both died within the last 24 hours. So let's just do that for a quick second. So anywho, yeah, it's really sad, man. Like, the Arnold Palmer one, I actually heard about that one as soon as I got home from work while I was washing my car. And I was like, oh, dude, that sucks. But he was like 87 years old, so like, you feel really bad about it because he's an icon, you know, that's, you know, obviously one of the greatest golfers of all time and just like one of the biggest sports icons of all time. But, I mean, that dude lived to be 87, so he lived a full life. Like, he got to live, you know, what anybody would call a pretty worthwhile, full, you know, long-lasting life. Jose Fernandez was only like, I don't know, maybe like 22 years old. See, he was born in 1992, so he was 24. And he died in a boating accident somehow. I haven't really read like all the details on it, so I don't really know like how one goes about dying in a boating accident. Like, I don't know if maybe he like crashed into something, or maybe perhaps he. Ooh, here we go. This is looking good, and this is a good way to start things off in our final matchup against the Ghastly Monsters. By the way, this is game number 30, so this will be the final time that we'll see them. Anywho, I don't know if he like crashed into something, or if maybe like he like fell off the boat and, you know, possibly oh boy, oh okay, maybe he like fell off the boat and maybe like got, you know, injured that way. Maybe there was alcohol involved, and maybe he like had passed out and fell off the boat and, you know, drowned or something. I don't know. But no matter how you slice it, that's extremely saddening, because that, like all things aside, that kid was a great pitcher. He was really, really good. Like, ever since he got into the league, he was awesome. And even after he had Tommy John surgery, he came back and was still awesome. So he was young, and he had so much potential and upside that he had, you know, he seriously, if he would have kept pitching this way, could have seriously been looking at maybe like a Hall of Fame caliber career at the end of everything. Maybe no World Series titles because the Marlins aren't really that good, but I mean, just pure metrics would have probably given him a ride to Cooperstown. God damn it, we had the bases loaded and struck out twice. That's basically the White Sox's season in a nutshell. Good enough to load the bases, not good enough to bring anybody in. But, yeah, man, and like I saw right before I started filming this, I was just kind of perusing through Twitter real quick, and I guess MLB's official, wow, that was no way that was a catch. I was sliding on the ground, that thing was easily a solid couple of feet in the air. No way I would have caught that. I'm not Ozzie Smith, for God's sakes, that is not where I want to throw it. But they did like a little tiny, like 2.5 minute little kind of compilation video of just like some of his plays, and just like his kind of a look into his personality, because I guess he was just a kid that was just like super joyous all the time, just like a guy that was a pure joy to be around, and he really loved the game of baseball, and he always had a good time with it, and he was really passionate about it, and like that's something that you love to see people have in the game of baseball, because so many players are just like, it's all business all the time. I don't like to have really fun with it at all, but he's always a guy, he was, you know, laughing and, you know, carrying on, and just, you know, really being kind of like a fan and a player at the same time, you know? Just being what everybody wishes they could be. Is a guy that's young and is awesome at the game, a multiple all-star, and just loves doing it, you know? And and really kind of built kind of a little bit of that family type of atmosphere with his fellow teammates and coaches in the clubhouse and all that. Like, they showed some footage of him like striking out the side or something, and Barry Bonds, who's the hitting coach for the Marlins, like went up to him and they were like laughing and hugging each other and just kind of, you know, doing kind of, you know, bro-y type things. But it shows that they're, you know, they're totally friends, because if they weren't, obviously they wouldn't be trying to force that type of thing. They'd just go and sit down and that'd be the end of it. But you hate to see young kids like that die in kind of freak accident type of situations like that, you know? And we are totally out. That's not good. Totally not good. So yeah, man, that's not good. Like, it was something that they actually, I don't know if he was supposed to pitch today and that's why they did it, or they just did it because, you know, because of tragic circumstances, but they actually canceled the Marlins game today. Like, they're playing against I think it was the Braves, and they literally canceled the game. So something tells me he was probably supposed to pitch that day, or just, you know, out of grieving. They're just like, you know, we get it. We'll totally play this game tomorrow. Don't even worry about it. So that sucks, man. That sucks. That's definitely a day ruiner for sure, for probably a lot of people. So hopefully, I mean, all you can do is pray about it. Whether that's something that you do or you don't, you know, positive vibes or whatever it is that people do in that sort of thing, you know, definitely send that to his family and all of the people that were close to him, because they need it right now. They really do. So anywho, let's get down to the real thing. Is it really only the second inning? I feel like I played like all the way through to like the 4th inning during the middle of that little thing. Oh, damn it. Still not quite fast enough to get those weird can of corn singles, man. We'll get there though, but it's still annoying. Damn it. All right. Well, we got out of it. We got 7 hits through 2. That's a pretty good sign. Oh boy, dude, my fantasy football team just took one right in the fucking chops today. I swear, there's got to be like some type of conspiracy going on with that. I'm not kidding. Like, get this, like, for those of you that don't even watch football, this will be enough for you to be like, oh yeah, there gotta be something weird going on with that. That's too strangely, you know, oh boy. That's too much to be a coincidence. So, my 2 quarterbacks that I have on my team, or my main 2, I also have Dak Prescott, but that's another story in itself. My main 2 quarterbacks are Aaron Rodgers and Ben Roethlisberger. And pretty much, I mean, as anybody would, naturally, I started Aaron Rodgers on my team, just like any sensible person would, because he's arguably one of the best quarterbacks there is. And so is Big Ben, but Aaron Rodgers generally is a more fantasy league happy quarterback. Oh boy. Come on, baby. Get out of there! Yeah! Just barely clearing the fence, but that's all that matters. Whether it be an inch or 100 feet, it's as long as it's over the fence, then you're good to go. As long as you're blowing up some unsuspecting children's, you know, plastic boat full of nachos with the fake cheese and kind of sort of not hot jalapenos, then you're doing your job, you know? Oh boy. There we go. Anywho, so I have Aaron Rodgers on my team. And for the first 2 weeks of the season, he was not doing that hot. Like, they won against Jacksonville, but he only had like 199 yards and 2 touchdowns, which is fairly pedestrian for, you know, for a pro quarterback this day and age. And Ben Roethlisberger, like, played out of his damn mind. Oh boy, we are out. Yep, there wasn't anything redeeming coming out of that. However, we're going to try and make this guy steal. No, we're not. Damn it. I'm going to make him do it. And then we're going to get ourselves into a situation that's not even smart. Come on. Oh, I'm telling you just to lead off. Oh, come on. You're killing me with this right now. You are killing me. Like, my life force is dwindling at a heightened pace. More than just regular cellular oxidation would tell you. Oh, no. It never works. I swear it never works. Every time I ever try to do that lead-off strategy, it almost never works. Anywho, so I started Rodgers. First 2 weeks. Had a bad game against Jacksonville that they won. Had a really bad game, more or less, against Minnesota last week, and they lost that one. And Big Ben went off again. And so I figured, you know what? They're playing it. Green Bay is playing against Detroit, which classically, over the last couple of years, he has not been that spectacular against them. And Big Ben's playing against Philadelphia, who, I mean, their defense has basically been like a sieve for like a couple of years. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to start him. Like, he's been lighting the world on fire. Why wouldn't I? It seems like the obvious choice. So I put Big Ben in. I sit Rodgers down. Today, in the first half, Aaron Rodgers has like 190 yards and 4 touchdowns in the first half of the game. And Big Ben, by the end of the game, had 6 points. And it's like, dude, of course this would happen. Like, this is the embodiment of my fantasy football career, is I always start the wrong guy when they normally haven't been doing, you know, Jack hot sauce the whole time, and the other dude is just sitting here, you know, covering the world in gasoline and lighting it on fire with a single throw. And I finally decide to start that guy. He doesn't do jack shit, and the guy sit down and just like totally goes off. It's like they're monitoring my team. The league is. They're like, all right, look it. Oh boy, wow, that is gone. And that's the exact pitch I was just telling you guys about in the last episode that I was trying to not do. Is the left-handed batter, the going all the way to the left side of the mound and throwing it across the body to the right side, and then he just tees it off and hits a home run out of it. It happens so often, it's sickening. But yeah, it's like this weird thing that like, oh, get Rodgers and Roethlisberger on the phone right now. Hit that conference call button. All right, what's going on? What's going on, Roger? Hey, we took a look at his roster this morning. Aaron, you're down, and Ben, you're up, so you know what to do. Got it, boss. They're like, all right, here we go. We're playing against Philadelphia today. Let's only score 3 points on them and get, you know, house 37-3 or whatever, and I'm gonna have 265 yards and nothing. And then Rodgers is like, I've had 2 pedestrian games in a row, and we're playing against a team that traditionally gives us a fair amount of trouble, and guess what we're gonna do? I'm gonna go completely insane. It's gonna be like a Coke binge or something. But instead of, you know, being full of drugs, it's gonna be full of padded stats instead. So, there you have it. Good old Medusa. 369. Damn, you're fine. Gonna sock it to me one more time, get low, multiple times, as Lil Jon needs us to know. And to the window, to the wall, until perspiration moves in a southward direction down my testicles. And that's pretty much what it is. That is not gonna go out as much as I would want it to. It ain't happening. Oh, come on, come on, come on. That was a terrible throw. Boy, I wish he would have actually tried throwing that all the way to first. I could have totally gotten away with that. Come on, Buzz. Damn it. Oh, that's good! Alright, yeah! Okay. That's what I was looking for. That's that's quick-tastic. Oh, Marv, right now? Dude, this is not the time for you. A swinging ball. Damn it! Oh, no! Picked off at third. Oh, jeez. How are you gonna get picked off at third, man? That's like literally one of the hardest ones to get picked off at. I mean, granted, a right-handed pitcher would have a pretty clear window of you doing that, but I think that Medusa was actually a lefty. Oh no, she's a righty. But still, you can't get... Damn it, the button! The button! You can't get picked off at third base, man. That's like the ultimate embarrassment. Like, getting picked off at first, you know, that happens... That's definitely the highest percentage, I feel like. Oh, look at that. And then second base, you know, sometimes they'll fool you and they can get you there, but I feel like you don't really see successful pickoff attempts at third base, you know, outside of probably like high school ball. I don't even feel like that even happens in college ball that often, because it just doesn't even happen. But no, oh no, Adam decided to take the ignorance pill this morning, and he totally forgot that they do actually have a remote amount of intelligence they can use against you in that situation. And then we will retaliate with an almost home run. An almost home run. Warning track power, bum, 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 bum. Warning track power, bum, 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 bum. I hate it. I hate it. I had warning track power a number of times in my baseball career. And the thing that really sucks for me is that in all of my years of playing baseball, at every level that I played at, I didn't actually hit a home run over a fence, because most of the fields I played on, oh boy, you're gonna make it. That was a terrible throw. That was awesome. Great. Very, very good. Very good. Come on, Marv. You gotta pull through here. Oh, look at that. He got him with the bad pitch. He went chasing for it. Oh, no! No, he's gonna give up a second run. Oh, damn it. Oh, I didn't need that. I really didn't need that. His ERA is gonna go up now. Well, son of a bitch. I'm gonna take him out. We're bringing in Cedric, because I said so. I feel like we hardly use Peter that often, mainly because I always bring in the guy that has the worst ERA of the two, and it always ends up being Cedric, but that's whatever. But yeah, I never hit a home run over a fenced field until I started playing softball. Softball was you know, just like a couple of years ago, was really my first taste of what that was like. All the home runs I ever hit in any level of baseball were always in fields that were just open. They just didn't have fences, because the little leagues that I played in, the field didn't have those until, you know, like right towards the end of my career, i.e. being, you know, 12 years old. But then when I started playing like junior baseball, I was more of a contact hitter than I was power. Like, cause I'd always, like, batting right-handed for me was my contact side, and then batting left was power. But I always had a nasty habit of hitting more pop flies, because I'd always have a very open stance. And then, oh baby, that's actually a pretty good bunt. I'll give her that. That's fine. Probably should have gone to second, but that's okay. It's all right. We're gonna get that pop out. But yeah, and so like lefty, I'd always end up like I'd either have, you know, some solid good power hits that would go to the fence in the gap or whatever, or I'd end up popping out like towards, you know, warning track power or whatever, because I'd always have a high leg kick, and I'd have a very wide stride, and I'd kind of sort of golf it a little bit because I was still playing golf back then, and so it kind of affected my swing too much. But yeah, I remember all the home runs I had were on open fields, where they'd just be like these. They'd always go like well over the fielders' heads. They'd be long pop flies that would have been home runs on most fields, but there would just be no fence there for me to have the actual satisfaction and pure bliss enjoyment. Oh, he's still at 40. Okay, yeah, we need to bring him down a little bit. To have that, you know, pure, unadulterated enjoyment of hitting over the fence, watching it drop on the other side, and having the umpire stand up and do the around the horn, you know, home run signal. I just didn't get that until softball. And dude, the one that I had was so awesome in said softball game. We were playing, and nobody on my team had hit a home run yet that season. I don't think anybody actually yet, period. I think nobody that season had hit a home run yet. That wasn't inside the park. Like, nobody had actually hit one over the fence yet. And so I step up, and this particular game, like, it was sunny out, but the sun was, like, glaring, like, right in my face. And this guy, his pitches, like, he was throwing pretty standard run-of-the-mill pitches. I mean, obviously they're throwing underhand. And, but, you know, some people in softball and, like, these softball leagues, they'll throw them, like, with reverse spin, or they'll try to do all these weird little things to put some English on it to take some of the power out of your hit. But this guy was just throwing them, like, straight up run-of-the-mill pitches. And it was I think it was either my first or second at bat. I think it might have been my second one. I think the first one I just had, like a nice hard single, or whatever. And this one, like, for me, my main part in the zone is kind of a little bit higher up in the zone. I've never been really a great hitter of lower balls. I like, especially because I'm so tall, and so I like having ones that I can swing level or maybe a little bit upwards at to get that, to induce the pop fly. Whether that's smart or it's not, that doesn't really matter. And he threw this one. It was right in my sweet spot. It was right down the middle, and it was probably chest high. And I took my step into that thing, and I threw my my hips into it, and I hit that thing right on the sweet spot of the bat. And the very second that I made contact with that and saw just like the initial like second or two of arc on that, I was just like, oh yeah, oh that thing is gone. And like I hit it so hard that like the fielders didn't even bother moving. Like they just they saw the hit and they just kind of did one of those things where they just stand in place and you can just see their head just watching it go over them. Because the thing cleared the fence by like a solid, oh I don't know, probably 20 or 30 feet. I mean softball fields are pretty small, so I mean it's not like I hit it like 400 feet or something, but I mean I hit it hard enough that I mean you knew there was no doubt in your mind that that thing was going. And it was rad. I was just like, yes! Yeah! And I finally got to do the home run trot. That was the best part. I finally got to have the pure raw enjoyment of doing a real home run trot. And I've never been able to do that. Like all the ones I actually had to sprint full bore. And that takes a lot out of you, man. It really does. It really wears a man down. So it was nice to be able to just kind of, once I knew the thing was over the fence, I had, 2.5 bases worth of sauntering around and, getting a little fist pump in there and just, that whole deal. I didn't want to be like the asshole guy that like sits there and rubs it in everyone's face on the way by. I just wanted to kind of nonchalantly kind of, do just the yeah, and then, kind of do the quick little jump on the plate and that whole thing. But man, it was so tight. It was like one of my favorite moments of playing baseball, and it just happened a couple years ago when I've been out of baseball for numerous years. It was great. So, with that said, my friends, we've finally done it. We are 30-0. That is another team that we have completely swept, and that is good news because we're moving on to a team that I have not played against in many, many, many years. And the next time we come back around, we're gonna be playing against the World Powers, and we're gonna see if our team's ready or not, because I know this is one of the better teams. I know it's not the Black Sox. The Black Sox, I believe, is the second best team in this game, and then the American Dream is the best. But I think World Powers is the number 3 team in this game, so it's gonna be a tough one. I'll bet it is. We're gonna have a couple of nail biters. Hopefully no losses. So when we come back, we're going to do that. But until then, my friends, this is your host, Lovely Cheese Pizza, saying thank you guys for watching. R.I.P. Arnold Palmer. R.I.P. Jose Fernandez. May you guys go to a better place. And I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Bye.